Well, well, well. Well, well, well. WWE week is off to a strong start, I see. And by the way, I know, because I can tell already without even actually listening back to the recording of this review, I know for a fact that I sound echoey. Sounds like I'm recording in an empty hallway. That's because changes are coming. I absolutely cleaned out my entire bedroom. I'm replacing everything. I'm getting a brand new desk. Where you see me sitting here and this bullshit behind me, not going to be anymore, man. I got a beautiful looking desk recommended to by my father. I got my live streaming shit going to be set up in one room. My gaming shit's going to be set up in one room. My podcasting shit's going to be set up in one room. So right now, I am operating in an empty room that has nothing. It's empty. Just like Monday Night Raw tonight was empty. It was absolutely fucking empty. So I apologize in advance to you guys if I sound a little off-key than how I usually sound. WWE week is off to a strong start, I see. Thank God we got Aleister Black versus Adam Cole on NXT, man. You guys who watch the USA Network on Monday and Tuesday, I hope you're ready to watch on Wednesday to see the number one show on WWE programming. If you're not watching, please enjoy Kane and Braun Strowman a little bit more in the main event. WWE released breaking news this morning on Twitter, or this afternoon rather. Either way you look at it, it's not breaking news. It's absolutely illogical news, stupidity, downright idiocy. WWE released breaking news. Kathy Kelly, Braun Strowman versus Kane tonight. The winner will fight Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. You know I had to voice my opinion on Twitter. I actually commented to the WWE tweet of this breaking news. I don't know what they are thinking. I don't know where they have their heads. I don't know how any of this makes sense. So you're looking at this and you're thinking, okay, we're getting either Braun Strowman or Kane to challenge Brock Lesnar for the WWE Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble. So these two guys are fighting over who is ultimately going to lose. That's number one. Braun Strowman just lost to Brock Lesnar at No Mercy in September. Why would you even contemplate? Why would you even contemplate thinking about putting him in a match again with Brock Lesnar, ultimately for him to be fed to Brock Lesnar again, because you know Braun Strowman is not going to win, unless by some fucking bizarre miracle WWE changed their WrestleMania plans, which you know they didn't do. Why would they ruin Roman's plans? They do it for Roman. Why would you book this match? Or why would you even contemplate having these two go at it again at the Royal Rumble when you know Braun Strowman is not going to win that match? Now, I would understand it if Braun Strowman's going to walk away the Universal Champion like he should have in September. But being that the guy has just now, stemming from that loss in September, which was a very, very underwhelming, terrible match, by the way, with Brock Lesnar. Why would you want to see it just based on that fact alone? Now that the man is finally getting his momentum back, and he's turned babyface, it's clear-cut babyface now for Braun Strowman, why would you put him in that match, ultimately to squash his momentum again? I don't get it. Then on the flip side, you got Kane. Do you guys realize that it took Finn Balor 9 months? This stat got sent to me by Blinded Fate on Twitter, by the way. What's up, bro? You knew I had to use this in the video tonight. Do you guys know it took Finn Balor 9 months to main event Monday Night Raw 3 times? 9 months in 2017. You know how many main events Kane has had on Monday Night Raw in 2 months? 3. So Kane main evented Monday Night Raw 3 times in 2 months. Finn Balor, 9 months, main evented Raw the same amount of times. Where's the issue there? To some of these idiots on social media, there is no issue because Finn Balor's a vanilla midget. Even after everything that's been discussed, I'd much rather see Finn Balor be chewed up and spit out by Brock Lesnar than ruin Braun Strowman's momentum or put a 50-year-old fucking Kane in the main event of one of the biggest shows of the year. Then the other option, which looks like we might be getting after tonight, because there was no clear-cut winner tonight. WWE starting 2018 off just like they did 2017. Braun Strowman versus Kane versus Brock Lesnar in a triple threat match. Excuse me while I burst with fucking excitement. Oh, but JD, it's the Royal Rumble. Nobody's watching the Royal Rumble for the Universal Championship match. That doesn't mean you have to put on garbage. This company is completely fucking idiotic. Tonight's main event, the showdown of monsters, a monster of a main event, they were saying, right? Monster of a main event. It was a monstrosity of a main event. Garbage. Garbage. It was monstrous garbage. That's what it was. How anybody can watch this shit and be thrilled, I don't know. Then you got WWE personnel and talent. Oh, why don't you shut your mouth and enjoy the show for what it is? Excuse me? How am I supposed to enjoy Monday Night Raw when I'm falling asleep by the 9 p.m. hour? If it's a good show, I'm not falling asleep. I had to make myself a monster cup of coffee just so I got through the fucking 10-minute main event. That was that piece of shit. Now I'm ready to go, motherfucker. So, right from the afternoon, WWE starting off with illogical booking decisions. I don't get it. I'd rather Brock Lesnar not even defend the fucking title if that's the case. No, but that's a better idea than the one I planned or the one I pitched with Seth Rollins, though, right? That's a better idea than Cesaro, right? Fucking clowns. After tonight, Cesaro should be in the main event of the Royal Rumble. Speaking of which, it takes two to tango. My buddy Justin LaBar, he knows how I get, man. I love Justin. He knows how I get, man. He sees me complain and rant, and he's got to bring me down back to earth. I know. He knows how I am. I'm very animated. I'm very vocal about all things Roman. Takes two to tango, he says. Yeah, it takes two to tango. Yeah, it does take two to tango. But tonight wasn't tangoing. Roman didn't tango with Cesaro. He got his fucking ass kicked by Cesaro. Yeah, but European uppercuts, Fujiwara arm bars, crippler cross faces, blocking a spear into a beautiful fucking arm bar. All it takes is one spear. All it takes is one fucking spear. And Roman wins the match. Roman's IC title championship open is 3 weeks in. After 1 week, I was like, all right, this is going to be good. By the second week, I was like, yeah, it was good. It was good. By the third week, I'm fucking nauseated already. Because I see where they're going. You think I do this as a joke? You think I fuck around over here? I don't fuck around nowhere. I spit facts. Facts! They do it for Roman. They are completely sabotaging the entire roster for Roman Reigns. Now, I know that this is headed to WrestleMania. I know. I'm no fool. I'm no fool. But the fact is, A, they gave Lesnar the title to hold on for the entire year, which takes away the main thing for people to fight for on Monday Night Raw. But championships don't mean nothing. Just case in point, look at the Women's Championship. You don't even realize that Alexa Bliss is a Women's Champion on Monday Night Raw nowadays. So why not? You give Lesnar the Universal Championship. He's keeping it warm. Nice main dish of Universal Championship. Side dishes. Just talk to Titus Catering. I'm sure he's got some sweet potatoes and some nice buttered green beans. Sure he's got those fucking fava beans as well, you know? He wants some plantains? He's got those too. I heard he's importing plantains now from Ecuador. Organic. They're doing it all for Roman. Lesnar, the Universal Champion. Roman now running through Elias and Jason Jordan and Cesaro. Yeah, but Roman's the best in-ring wrestler in the world, right? That makes 2 weeks in a row that Roman was outclassed by who he was in the ring with on his own brand. Yet this guy wants to go around and claim, no matter if it was scripted or not, he comes off like a blithering fucking idiot. Wants to go around and says he's the biggest in-ring performer in the world, or the best in-ring performer in the world. How could you say that when you're in the ring with Cesaro tonight? I don't understand that. What did Roman do to showcase that he was the best in-ring worker in the world tonight? I don't get it. I don't get it. Roman was made to look good because Cesaro beat the holy shit out of him. And then Cesaro gets nothing for his efforts in the end. Yes, Cesaro looks good. He hung with the big dog, right? He came within inches of winning the Intercontinental title. But what does it get Cesaro in the end? A pat on the back and nothing else. Meanwhile, after the performance tonight and the intensity he showed tonight and the capability of what I know this man can do in a big match situation, I'm pretty sure all of us watching me tonight would rather see Cesaro in the main event at WrestleMania with Brock Lesnar and not Roman Reigns. Add Cesaro to the list. Who's next? Just waiting for Samoa Joe to be the night's entree for Roman Reigns sooner or later. Complete trash. Roman again was carried. This man was fucking carried. You talk about reading the scriptures and Jesus carrying the fucking cross before he was nailed. Roman Reigns was fucking carried. Cesaro was Jesus. And Roman was that big fucking wooden cross. You have to be shitting me. Two to tango. As far as I see it, there was only one person in that match. All Roman had to do was just lay there and get his fucking ass kicked. Spear and it's over. That's not calling two to tango. That's not saying Roman has a good dance partner. Or Cesaro has a good dance partner, rather. That means it's all Cesaro. Bullshit. They do it for Roman. If it's not evident enough for you, open your fucking eyes. What else happened on this show? They hyped this match. They hyped this show with 5 matches before the fucking thing hit the air. All boring. All boring. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy had another intriguing and interesting encounter. It was pretty much just a take on what they did last week. And it was more of the same, but less funny. And Matt Hardy did the same thing that he did last week. Bray Wyatt did the same thing he did last week. They laughed. It was a little bit more extended. It was a little bit more overdone. I don't know what's going on with that. People are already saying that this is doomed to fail. I mean, those people are jumping the gun already. It's not doomed to fail. I understand that there needs to be a slow burn. I understand that there's only so much that they can say. They pretty much got everything out on the table last week with the promo, right? But there is going to come a time soon, and by soon I mean next week, where these guys are going to have to meet face to face. Enough of this back and forth, and of course WWE had to alter the back and forth. Every time Bray Wyatt said something and they cut to Matt Hardy, they had this graphic of the word woken, and it was like glass shattering, and then you seen Matt Hardy. Why? What was wrong last week with the static fade in and fade out? I don't understand that. I don't know why they got to change something and make it worse the next week. This was not as entertaining, it was not as funny, and it was just rinse and repeat from last week. It's going to come a point where they have to meet face to face, and it's going to take it to the next level where they're face to face, and Matt Hardy comes out with the beautiful symphonic notes of a theme song, and we start seeing him delete live in person. It's going to come to that. We might see them in Chicago. I hope we see them meet face to face in Chicago. That would be the perfect city to do so. We got Christmas coming up in 1 week, less than a little bit more than a week. So we'll see what happens with that. But it's going to come a time and a place where these guys are going to meet face to face, and it's going to be a necessity. You can't be getting away with, video packages forever. I'm also hearing that WWE is interested in doing a Bray Wyatt versus broken or woken Matt Hardy at the Wyatt family compound. I don't know how the fuck that's possible unless WWE didn't realize that Randy Orton burned the fucking compound down to the ground. Unless Bray Wyatt in his off time, went there and rebuilt it. Wood panel by wood panel. I could picture that. I could see Bray Wyatt just sitting out in the fucking bayou, building the Wyatt family compound while JoJo's scantily wearing some fucking short shorts and a tank top and serving them ice cold lemonade on a hot summer day, Whatever. Yeah, man, JoJo, man. JoJo and her fat ass, man. We'll go over it. We'll play the promo. What else happened on this show tonight, man? Not much. I gotta talk about this shit, man. This women's evolution, or this women's revolution, whatever the fuck they're talking about, this shit is garbage. Complete and utter garbage. I mentioned this on Twitter, man. This tandem of absolution, what are you doing with these women? Really? WWE has them tonight, again in more multi-women matches. First match to start the show off is a tag team match with Mickie James and Bayley versus Sonja Deville and Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose is one of the most unintimidating women you could possibly ever look at in a wrestling ring. She walks to the ring like a fucking hooker in Grand Theft Auto 5, walking down fucking, some random side street, and she thinks she's intimidating. She looks like one of the fucking hookers in Grand Theft Auto that you'd go up to and fucking just bash repeatedly with a baseball bat just for the fun of it. Just for the fucking way she walks. I don't understand why people are just all over Mandy Rose. Oh, JD, she's hot. Oh, she looks good. The way she puckers her lips. The way she walks. Her mannerisms. Her beautiful flowing blonde long hair. What are you talking about? What are you telling me? What are you telling me? Are you vouching for her? Are you selling her to some porno agency? Or are you selling her to a wrestling audience? Because what I see, I'm not interested in inside a wrestling ring. Then on top of that, you got Absolution winning against Bayley and Mickie James. Great. Some win you got over two irrelevants on the women's roster. Then you got Absolution come out later in the night and confront Asuka in an absolutely unnecessary segment, by the way. I feel bad for Asuka. Not needed at all. Should have gave her the night off. Asuka attempted to try and thwart off Absolution 3-on-1. Then all of a sudden the women's roster comes out. Everybody in the entire division comes out. Nia Jax included. Comes out and lays waste to Absolution. Why? What was I watching in that moment? I was watching A group of women that you built up for 3 weeks and wasted my fucking time with get destroyed. B, why am I going to take them seriously ever again if now all of a sudden you have the entire women's locker room banding together like a bunch of fucking hobbits in Lord of the Rings and they're trying to take down fucking Sauron? Why? I don't understand this shit. Where did this all come from? Why is Alexa Bliss now teaming with Sasha Banks? Why is Alexa Bliss now teaming with Mickie James and Bayley? For the common good? All of a sudden, yeah, honey, we'll put our differences aside just to take out Paige and Mandy Rose and Sonja Deville. What type of storyline continuation is that? What type of logic is that? I don't get it. No, but then I'm supposed to sit at home and just enjoy the show for what it is, though, right? Meanwhile, my intelligence is being insulted. You have fucking Hollywood writers writing and scripting this show. Meanwhile, they can't tell their fucking hand from their foot. What a fucking waste. Is it over now? Do you realize it's a failure? Do you realize you scripted yourself into a fucking waste of time? Why Paige needed anybody, I don't know. Why Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville had to be called up, or what I should say, called down to Monday Night Raw, I don't know. I don't know. Mandy Rose is as intimidating as Dana Brooke. It doesn't get any worse than that, folks. Speaking of Dana Brooke is now excited to be working with Titus Catering. Titus has officially announced Dana Brooke in Titus Worldwide. Yeah, Dana, I am sure you are going to do a fabulous job properly folding those napkins in catering. Sweet potatoes or mashed potatoes? Green beans or chickpeas? Which one do you want? What type of recommendation do you want to make, honey? Please. You know, with that type of opportunity, Dana Brooke has vast advancement coming up. She has a vast sea of advancement coming up in Titus Catering. Once you start folding the napkins correctly, then you could be a waitress. Once you become a head waitress, then you'll be a top executive chef. Then maybe you'll take Titus O'Neil's spot. I don't know. What happened to last week's show? I don't get it. Last week's show was so good. Then we come back this week to start WWE week, and it's as if WWE wants to drive their audience away. Cruiserweight Championship held by Enzo Annoying. Obviously, it was supposed to be Drew Gulak versus Richard Swann. Obviously, WWE made no mention of what happened to Rich Swann, but they did say that Rich Swann's title opportunity was revoked. So, WWE, in typical fashion, such creativity on these men. How do they come up with a new challenger for Drew Gulak? That's right, Fatal 4-Way. Why the fuck not? So we have a redemption or a second chance Fatal 4-Way. This time WWE got it right. This time the right man won. We still would have been back to square one anyway, because if Cedric Alexander would have won, it would have been Swann versus Alexander, and then Alexander would have been looking for someone else to fight, because Rich Swann is a fucking idiot. If you guys haven't heard, or you've been living under a rock, we covered it on Off the Script Extra on Sunday afternoon. Rich Swann was arrested for false imprisonment and domestic violence against his wife of 9 months. So if you guys missed that, it is live on the channel right now. Make sure you guys go and check it out. Absolutely fantastic video. Thank you guys so much for the support. Also, we talk about Matt Hardy having a huge supporter in Vince McMahon on Off the Script. Part 3 of Off the Script, episode 199, went up today, this afternoon. Unmonetized, as always, because YouTube sucks dick. I don't know what it was. There was no fucking tags in the video. It was monetized for a good 5 minutes, and then I put a thumbnail of Matt Hardy smiling. Flagged it. But somehow I go on mobile and there's still ads. I don't know why. Anyway, that stuff is on the channel right now. Make sure you guys go and check that out. And that was Monday Night Raw, man. That was all Monday Night Raw. Those are the top things on Monday Night Raw. Was it a show that you have to go out and go back and watch on DVR if you missed it because you were watching the Patriots-Dolphins game? No. Of course not. I fell asleep for an hour. I had to go back and watch what I missed. And what I missed was fucking garbage. So I got a good hour nap, and I had a cup of coffee, so now I'm refreshed. Good on me. But that was all that happened on Monday Night Raw, man. Those were all the top things that happened on the show. And WWE is in autopilot mode right now. We're in this lull. I don't know what the fuck you call this shit, but we're here at the end of December, and I'm hoping that WWE does something cool for the Christmas live show from Chicago. You know, these are rabid wrestling fans paying their good money to sit there on Christmas. They don't want to see Santa Claus being hit with a fucking present on Monday Night Raw. They don't want to see Santa Claus come out and start putting presents underneath the tree for all the little kiddies. I want to see I want to see wrestling. I don't want to see the club in a fucking Santa's Workshop street fight with fucking candy canes disguised as kendo sticks, okay? I don't want it! Now watch WWE take my idea and we see Gallows and Anderson wielding canes, kendo sticks on Monday Night Raw on Christmas Day, and they're fucking dressed and disguised as candy canes. Watch. We'll have fucking Gallows come out as Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. We'll have fucking Gallows come out as Mrs. Claus. right? And they'll go up against Slater and Rhino. Slater and Rhino will be dressed as fucking, Santa Claus's top elves. I better shut my mouth before WWE does watch this review and takes my fucking idea. Pay me. Anyway, we'll get into the actual review of what happened on the show. I am, of course, JD. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel tonight. This is your Monday Night Raw review for December 11th, 2007. Is it the 11th? It is the 11th for another 7 minutes. By the time you guys watch this, it'll be December 12th. Then we'll get ready for another boring episode of SmackDown Live. But this is Monday Night Raw for December 11th, 2017. I am JD. Thank you guys so much for everything, man. Coming up on Friday, the epic 200th episode of Off the Script. I am doing nothing. I'll probably be sitting here with this fucking echo because my new office furniture isn't being delivered till next week. So we'll see what happens with that. I was actually thinking about going out and buying a $200 bottle of Samuel Adams Utopias. It is the strongest beer brewed by Samuel Adams at 28% alcohol, and celebrating with all of you. I know the place up the street used to sell it because I bought one many years ago for $150, and it's a rare batch, a limited edition batch. I was thinking about doing that, doing something a little bit different there, celebrating with you guys with some fine ale. But other than that, it's just going to be business as usual, man. We're going to talk about Clash of Champions or Trash of Champions this coming Sunday. Mahal versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. So that's coming up on Friday. Thank you for all the support for 200 episodes, man. And thank you to everybody who's been here before Off the Script was even named Off the Script, when it was just WWE News and Rumors. So it's been a long time, man. I may have 200 episodes, but remember, each and every weekend for the last 200 episodes, there's been 3 parts. Part 1, 2, and 3, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's more than 200 episodes, but that's the way I operate and do things over here. Like I said, if you missed those videos, go check them out. I would greatly appreciate it. Some of you might not have gotten them to your sub boxes. Some of them might not showed up in the feed because of the demonetization. So make sure you guys go and check it out. All you got to do is use the link in the top right corner of this video. Everything will be linked there if you missed any of the videos this past week. Obviously, it's a brand new week. We're going to be covering tonight Raw, obviously SmackDown, NXT. I might do tribute to the troops because apparently there is going to be some storyline continuation of what we see on WWE television. Then obviously Friday with Off the Script 200. So lots of stuff coming up, plus video game content coming up. Going to be another busy week for me. And this Saturday I have House of Glory as well. The Amazing Red will be going one-on-one with Zack Sabre Jr., man. My God, do I have the pleasure of calling fucking Amazing Red's matches. Now I have to call Amazing Red versus Zack Sabre Jr., man. Jesus Christ, man. I'm fucking lucky. Plus, Ric Flair is going to be there. Ric Flair is going to be in the house, and it's going to be a big night, man. So if you're in town on Saturday, December 16th, 4 p.m., I will be there. 4 p.m., show starts at 6 p.m. Ric Flair is going to have a 2-hour autograph signing. It's going to be a big party beforehand. And then festivities begin at 6 o'clock. 9 big matches, 3 championship matches. We're going to have Sonya Strong versus Su Yung, who is coincidentally the wife of Rich Swann. So that is still ongoing. The only women's match on the show, plus tag team championship match, a Crown Jewel championship match. So if you're in town, man, House of Glory, the best independent wrestling promotion on the East Coast, is bringing you their 7th anniversary show, the biggest show of the year for them on Saturday night. Let's get into the Monday Night Raw review, man. I'm going to do a little quick transition because I was unprepared. I came here to rant, and I didn't pull up the videos and the soundboards from the show. So, a little quick transition, and we're going to get right into the opening of Monday Night Raw. So, Monday Night Raw opened up tonight with Samoa Joe. Not really something that I have a problem with, as I'm a big fan of Samoa Joe. But Samoa Joe is in the ring, and he ultimately calls out all members of the Shield and just verbally destroys them. So if that doesn't indicate a great start to Monday Night Raw, I don't know what does, man. Samoa Joe calls out the Shield, and afterwards, a huge brawl breaks out between Joe, Sheamus, Cesaro, and the Shield to open Monday Night Raw.
Now, I personally have seen the Shield up close, and even I must admit, I am not impressed.
Neither am I, Joe. Don't worry about it, bro. I'm right in your boat, man.
I am not impressed with a man whose leg I snapped oh so easily on my first night in WWE, your so-called architect, Seth Rollins.
Joe is so natural on the microphone, man. He's fucking great.
I am not impressed with a man who's done everything in his power to avoid me. That human cockroach, Dean Ambrose.
Human cockroach.
And I damn sure am not impressed with a man who I've put to sleep time after time in this ring, the big dog, Roman Reigns. And Roman, don't get it twisted. I'm not asking for you and your 2 lapdogs. No. I want just you.
Be careful what you wish for, Joe.
You hear this, punk? Go get Roman.
Where you at, big dog?
Yeah, go get the big
They
dog.
want you out here. Huh? And you know what, Roman? If you got a problem with what I have to say, if you really got a problem, you'll come out here, because let's face it, I don't need anybody. I don't need Cesaro. I don't need Sheamus. I don't care about Dean. I don't care about Seth. No. My name is Samoa Joe. I'm a man who stands on my own 2 feet. And let's face it, Roman, if it wasn't for the Shield, you would be nothing.
Ooh, Samoa Joe dropping the truth bomb there. Can you argue that fact? Absolutely not. Did Joe say anything that was out of line? Absolutely not. Without the Shield, Roman is nothing.
Hey, and if you got a problem with that, feel free to come on down here and prove me wrong.
How great a promo was Samoa Joe.
TikTok, let's go.
Holy shit, he is fucking great.
And here comes the big dog.
The big dog. Roman Reigns.
Coming alone. He appears to be coming alone.
Yeah, he's coming alone.
Man, dog.
He's coming alone.
The same can be said about Samoa Joe, who's all too happy to see Roman's Raw. That's what it's all about.
Then they start fighting.
Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe, and Reigns now gonna back Joe into the corner.
They start
Hammer away
fighting.
with the right hands.
And then all of a sudden, Sheamus and Cesaro
Roman
come in
Reigns
to
and
help. We got
Samoa
Ambrose
Joe
and
in a
Rollins
brawl
come
here
in
on
to help.
Raw. And Joe just trying to get away.
It's must-see TV
Wait a minute. Whoa! Cesaro and Sheamus. Where did they come from? And now Samoa Joe getting the upper hand off the distraction. Back to the Coquina clutch. And now Sheamus and Cesaro into the ring on the attack.
Oh, looked like a setup.
This was no accident. This was a trap. This was a well-orchestrated gambit. And now Sheamus and Cesaro meeting Ambrose and Rollins in the entranceway. So much for Samoa Joe not needing anybody. And now Samoa Joe.
This is all pretty much
damage
setting
done to
up
Reigns.
the main event
Looking
for Tribute to the Troops. I believe it's
to
already
take care of
taped
Ambrose.
to 6-man
And now
tag.
Sheamus from behind. And now Rollins.
It doesn't really matter.
Rollins
Probably
trying
the
to
Shield
move
go over in
Reigns,
the
who's
6-man
out.
tag.
This is a great strategy
And then we'll
by
get
Joe
Joe
and the
versus
Bar.
Reigns at the
Divide
Royal
Shield and
Rumble.
conquer.
And then we'll get Cesaro and Sheamus versus the Shield again.
Now the 3-on-1 attack.
Oh, man. Wow.
So the Shield got taken out here, but ultimately they'll get their revenge at the Tribute to the Troops. That's all that was. It was really nothing. It was a very weak opening outside of Samoa Joe's great promo. That's the way Monday Night Raw kicked off. Really nothing to write home about, but like I said, Tribute to the Troops, 6-man tag. That's what that is leading towards on Thursday. So we go from that to the women and the women's division. Bayley and Mickie James versus Mandy Rose and Sonja Deville. I honestly did not give a shit about this match. This is where I started to doze off. I had to go back and watch the ending of the match, which I did quickly. I don't care. I really don't. This faction and splitting the women up in factions, fighting Absolution, and then, Mickie and Sasha and Bayley all teaming up. It just reeks of laziness. How can anyone really enjoy what they're doing right now? Alexa Bliss is the women's champion. The last couple weeks, you don't even realize that Alexa Bliss is your women's champion on Monday Night Raw. Some people don't even realize that Monday Night Raw has a women's championship anymore. Alexa's been doing commentary duty, and we've been watching this shitty storyline unfold that nobody gives a shit about. I don't understand it. So in this match, we get Sonja, towards the end, hops up on the apron. Mickie James knocks her off. Mickie goes to the top and hits a Thez press. Paige breaks the 2 count. She's on the outside. Paige was not in this match. Bayley runs in and backs Paige into the corner. I think maybe she was in the match. It was Mandy Rose and Paige, not Sonya Deville. I'm sorry. See, this is what I get for not really paying attention during the match. But can you blame me? So Paige was in the match. Thez pressed to Paige or to Mandy, and Paige breaks it up. Bayley runs in, backs Paige into a corner, unloads on Paige. Referee backs Bayley out of the ring. Mickie goes for a DDT, and Paige kicks Mickie while the referee has his back turned. Mandy takes advantage and covers Bayley for the win. Bayley just putting everybody over, bro. Bayley is yesterday's news on WWE's women's roster. Mandy Rose and Paige win. Who cares? This is what I say to everything in the same tone. Who cares? Where is it leading to? Why are they here? What is your purpose? Is WWE building towards a women's Royal Rumble? If this is your best shot at getting ready for the women's Royal Rumble, you are doing absolutely nothing to get me excited. Give me a break. This is trash. And I hope WWE gets back to doing what they need to do and making this division competitive. And by making it competitive, I mean having the women fight over what is most important, a championship. Enough of this faction stable garbage with 3 women who are polar opposites from one another. I am tired of it. Get rid of it. It reeks of creative fucking laziness. Whoever came up with this plan for these debuts and Paige's comeback has completely ruined it for everybody already. They're not generating any interest. And by the sound of Cleveland tonight, not just for this segment, but for the entire show, you talk about Matt Hardy being woken. Maybe fucking Cleveland should have been woken. They were half asleep during this entire show. Get this shit off my television, man. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy go back and forth again. I got the promo. I'll let them speak. And instead of me going over what they said, I got it here. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt go face-to-face again via a promo battle, and Matt Hardy's Woken Warriors prepare for the Great War.
I'm here.
Oh, really?
I am woken! This is nothing new. It has always been darkness versus light, yeah.
It has always been darkness versus light, man. It's always been good versus evil, man.
The morning versus the night.
The morning versus
good
the night, man.
Versus evil.
JoJo's ass versus my big fat cock, man.
My favorite game.
Oh, what's your favorite game, Wyatt? JoJo's jiggly ass? Me too! Me too, I don't blame you.
Yes! The Great War has perpetuated for eons!
Eons!
Across multiple dimensions, transcending space and time. And now it continues on the battlefield known as WWE. Yes! Now, Matt Hardy is woken. The yin to my yang. Oh, how I have been waiting for you.
You think Bray Wyatt talks in that tone when JoJo comes out of the bathroom wearing nothing? Oh, how I've been waiting for you, man. How I've been waiting for JoJo's fat ass, man.
Darkness has descended upon this plane of existence.
Yes.
But my woken wisdom
Monday Night
and
Raw,
broken brilliance shall illuminate the masses.
I hope so. Show
Matt
needs
Hardy
it.
is a liar. A modern-day golden calf. The soul of Sister Abigail has existed for eternities.
We've crossed paths before, yes. We would walk hand in hand, admiring the gardens of Babylon. But she contracted an addiction to the darkness and was consumed by evil. And now her horrendous soul is the prominent passenger of the vessel known as Bray Wyatt.
Why would you follow a jester when you could walk in the footsteps of a king?
Excuse me? Does Bray Wyatt have himself mixed up with somebody else? Isn't he the jester? Isn't Bray Wyatt the jester? I don't understand, man. This guy's got his words mixed up.
Choose your side wisely. Only one of us can survive.
The Woken Warriors are preparing for battle against the Wyatt Swarm. And we shall delete!
He ain't gonna be laughing like that when his wife takes him for every fucking dime he's got. Man, Matt Hardy's got some nice looking fucking teeth, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, this was a little overdone, man. Obviously, everybody was excited. Los Angeles just hit a home run with the reaction to it. Cleveland sucked. If anybody here is watching me that was at the show tonight, you guys were fucking terrible. I'm sorry. Barely any reaction. It's like half of the people didn't know who Matt Hardy was with this new Woken gimmick, or they don't understand it, or they just don't care. But this was overdone. Obviously, week one was better. They just rinsed and repeat. Some people were telling me that this is going to fail and WWE's going to ruin this. You can't ruin anything after the first video went fucking viral. Everybody's still talking about it. Matt Hardy has been all over social media playing this thing up, man. This is going to be big. The merchandise is going to be big. The gimmick's going to be big. The next layer to Matt Hardy is him coming out to a live audience. I can't wait to see what theme music they gave him. You know, I hope it's reminiscent of what he was given in TNA. You know, I can't wait to see what he comes out with his illustrious outfits, you know, and the crazy fucking scientific, mad scientist looking hair. You know, it's going to be good, man. I'm enjoying it so far, but this was very underwhelming. It was not as funny as week one, but still did the job. Still did the job here on Monday Night Raw. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy, still the most entertaining thing for a second straight week on Monday Night Raw. I'll tell you what is not exciting. Finn Balor. Finn Balor is completely garbage on Monday Night Raw. I'm not talking about Finn Balor himself, but just the way he's been booked. This guy carried NXT on his back for 2 years as NXT Heavyweight Champion, World Champion, and now he is delegated to fighting Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, two guys who are just as irrelevant as Dana Brooke. These guys are garbage. They've been positioned as garbage. They've been treated like jokes. They've been positioned as jokes. So Finn Balor now mixing up with the Miz Taraj because they have nothing else better for him to do. Meanwhile, we got fucking Kane in the main event, having an opportunity to challenge Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. What planet am I on here, man? This match was nothing. You know, Miz Taraj beat him up before the bell rings. Then the referee asks Balor if he's okay. Balor makes a comeback. Sling blade. Hesitation dropkick in the corner. Dallas, he interfered before the bell rang. He had second thoughts after the fact. Balor goes to the top. Coup de grace for the pin. 1, 2, 3. You know, I call Finn Balor the resident Monday Night Raw underwear salesman. He looks like a fucking model for underwear. You're probably better off going to modeling for fucking Tommy Hilfiger than watching Finn Balor or wrestling on Monday Night Raw. Trash. The guy is absolute garbage. Don't know what happened to him. You know, if you want to care about a wrestler less, I even said this on Twitter, if you want to care about a wrestler any less than Finn Balor, you know, Just follow the blueprint. This is WWE or Vince McMahon or somebody's agenda in WWE has ultimately made it a priority to make you not care about Finn Balor. They've done everything in their power to make you not care about Finn Balor. There you go. The way he's been positioned is what they think of him. If they thought any higher of him, he'd be, right there challenging Roman Reigns for the Intercontinental Championship or at least having a run with the Intercontinental Championship now. This is what they think of him. Balor and the Miz Taraj. Next, Seth Rollins versus Sheamus. This was a decent match. I have a whole new level of respect for Sheamus after what was brought to everybody's attention this week. Dave Meltzer reported that Sheamus right now is undergoing a lot of physical therapy because he has spinal stenosis. That was actually what Edge had to retire from. That's what Sting had to retire from. And Sheamus has a minor case of spinal stenosis, and WWE is monitoring that. How this man is able to compete at the level he does with the bar, I don't know, man. You got to give it up for Sheamus, and he brings 100% every fucking time. It's like you can't even tell the guy's injured, but he's in pain. It's been reported that WWE is monitoring him, and Sheamus' WWE career might be over in 2018 if it gets any worse, man. But Seth Rollins wins here. One of the prettiest moves in all of WWE, man, is Seth Rollins' superplex off the top rope, floats over, and delivers a Falcon Arrow. Absolutely beautiful, man. One of my favorite things in all of WWE, move-wise. Rollins crawls over after that for a cover. Sheamus kicks out. Sheamus blocks a spin-out knee. Rollins counters again. Sheamus hits a rolling senton. Sheamus ends up missing a bro kick. Rollins hits a super kick and the ripcord knee, the V-trigger knee that he stole from Kenny Omega. Seth Rollins wins. He defeats Sheamus on Monday Night Raw. Nothing all that special. Everybody was banned from ringside. Rollins gets the clean win over Sheamus. Second chance fatal four-way. Tony Nese, Mustafa Ali, Cedric Alexander, and Arya Daivari. Winner of this match takes Rich Swann's spot, being that he was arrested. He was not able to compete against Drew Gulak tonight, so they came up with another fatal four-way. This was another very good match. Not as good as last week's fatal four-way, but it did present the cruiserweights in a good light again. I told you what the cruiserweights need to do to get over. WWE lets them get over the way that they've been showcasing them on Raw with work rate. They will be fine. They've ruined this from day one. And they've pushed the cruiserweights as trash from day one. Now all of a sudden we're getting nice cruiserweight action on Monday Night Raw, but it's too little too late. Right man won here. Cedric Alexander wins with a lumbar check to Daivari. Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali had some nice spots in this match. Ali nails a big elbow. Cedric counters with a big Spanish fly. One of my favorite moves in all WWE. Lumbar check, but Daivari tries to steal the pin just like Gulak did after tossing Cedric to the floor. Almost the identical ending, but with a different man. Cedric saves the match and pulls Daivari to the floor. Nese leaps out and nails Daivari and Cedric at the same time. Nese ends up exposing his knee. Nails a big running knee to Cedric in the corner. Ali breaks up Nese's pin. Tony Nese is very impressive, man. I wish they'd do more with him. Daivari and Nese double team Ali in the ring after taking Cedric out. Ali backdrops Nese over the top rope. Cedric drops Ali. Daivari rolls Cedric up for a 2 count. Cedric ducks Daivari and drops him with a kick. Cedric kicks Nese off the apron, then delivers the lumbar check to Daivari for the pin. The right man won. Cedric Alexander needs to beat Drew Gulak. Cedric Alexander needs to be the new Cruiserweight champion. Please get that title off Enzo. He is holding stolen property. As far as I'm concerned, that's still Neville's championship. So Neville is not there, which we discussed on Off the Script. Talks with Neville are going south. They're not looking good. They were actually going to talk to Neville about bringing him back and putting him on SmackDown Live. Talks fell apart. Now, I don't know why, we have Cedric Alexander in the position to finally break out and win his first Cruiserweight championship since having such a great Cruiserweight classic. Give the guy a fucking bone, please. He is too talented to not have a championship reign. The title is meaningless, yes. But Cedric Alexander right now, as far as talent goes, before Hideo Itami comes up, is the best talent that they have on that roster. And I've always been one to say, if you are the best at what you do in a division or on a brand, you should be that brand's champion. AJ Styles is the best at what he does. He's the right man for the job. Brock Lesnar? No. Not at all. He's not the best at what he does. If I was running Monday Night Raw, I'd give it to Samoa Joe. I'd put Cesaro in contention. I'd give it Braun Strowman. you know? But Cedric Alexander is the best in his division. He should be compensated with a championship. That title needs to come off Enzo. Intercontinental Championship match, Cesaro versus Roman Reigns. We talked about this in the beginning of this video. This was a good match, don't get me wrong, but it's the same rinse and repeat formula with Roman Reigns. I don't understand why Roman is getting his ass handed to him the entire match, and all it takes is one spear. You know? Nobody kicks out of the spear. It's a fucking spear. Roman doesn't even have the best spear in the business, let alone in the WWE. But nobody kicks out of the spear. After everything that Cesaro did to Roman Reigns, and the intensity that Cesaro showed Roman Reigns, Roman pins him with one spear? Come on, man. If anybody made a case for challenging for a world title, Cesaro made the case. Cesaro should have won the Intercontinental Championship tonight. I think everybody would have fucking blown the roof off this place. Cesaro had a beautiful spot here where he blocked a spear with a kick. Cesaro goes on and covers for a very close 2 count after slamming Reigns down to the mat. Cesaro transitions into another crippler crossface. Reigns powers up with Cesaro on his back. Cesaro counters with a sunset flip and goes for a Cesaro swing. Reigns counters that, rolls Cesaro up, turning it into a sit-out powerbomb. That spot, that entire spot was mightily impressive. I got to give it to Roman there. Roman is powerful, and that was a great spot. Fans start chanting, "This is awesome." Both guys are down. Corey Graves was going on and on about how Roman was just absolutely gassed. He looked it after that spot. He muscled up Cesaro with every last fiber of his being. They traded shots from their knees as they tried to get up, back and forth. Referee gets in between them. Cesaro takes advantage of the distraction with the roll-up for a close 2 count. Argues with the referee. Reigns gets up. Cesaro with many uppercuts in the corner. This is where I don't understand where this is. It literally came out of nowhere. Cesaro was just pounding and pounding and pounding away in the corner with European uppercuts, leveling this guy, knocking his head off. Referee starts warning him. Cesaro with more uppercuts. Cesaro backs away, goes for a neutralizer in the middle of the ring, but Reigns backdrops him, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, with a spear for the win, and that was it. One of the most anticlimactic endings I have ever seen. After everything that Reigns was enduring, all it takes is one spear. Are they going to beat Brock Lesnar with one spear? Is what you're telling me they're going to beat Brock Lesnar with one spear? Now, but Roman's going to kick out of how many F5s? But he's going to beat Lesnar with one spear? Since everybody is falling to this spear like flies? Come on, man. Asuka versus Alicia Fox. This one really didn't even get started. Absolution took out Alicia Fox before the match. And Absolution comes out to attack Asuka. Then all of a sudden the women's locker room comes out and they all beat down on Absolution, chasing away Absolution. And they all stand tall in the middle of the ring. Nauseating. Absolutely nauseating. I have no words for it. I don't know how much more I can complain about it. I don't know how much more I can tell you. It is terrible television. It's garbage. It makes no sense. Can we please get back to business? And by business, I mean the most important thing for these women to be fighting over. A championship. Enough of this garbage. Dean Ambrose versus Samoa Joe. The other match that WWE highlighted tonight, which was one of the more disappointing matches of the evening. Samoa Joe ends up winning with a coquina clutch. Ambrose blacked out. Jason Jordan walks down to the ring. He sits his ass down in the aisle with the steel chair, watching the match because he wants Samoa Joe. He actually talked to his father earlier in the show and said that he wants Samoa Joe and that he understands that he can't come barging into his father's office demanding, but he would like Samoa Joe in a match. Angle says that he's held his own on Monday Night Raw against all the top names, but barely. But he hasn't won anything. Angle goes on to say that he will get his match with Joe when Angle says it's time. Jordan says, "Okay, Dad," but calls him Kurt instead. Angle looks bothered by what Jason Jordan said. So the slow burn continues for Jason Jordan. Back to the match. Jordan stands up. He starts walking to the ring. He starts talking trash to Samoa Joe. Ambrose comes from behind while Joe is distracted. Ambrose with a knee to the back. Roll up. 2 count only. Joe goes for a powerbomb on Ambrose, but Ambrose brings them both over the top, tumbling to the floor. Jordan rolls Ambrose into the ring. Joe comes from behind and drops Jordan onto the floor with a coquina clutch. Ambrose then does his shitty suicide dive on both guys, nails both of them. Ambrose back in the ring, goes to the top. Jordan gets on the apron and tries to distract Joe, allowing Ambrose to nail a big elbow from the top. Another one of Dean Ambrose's moves that looks absolutely fucking horrendous. Ambrose has one of the worst movesets in all WWE. Ambrose covers Joe, but the referee is still distracted by Jason Jordan on the outside. Ambrose doesn't get the pin, and it's Jordan's fault. He starts cursing at Jason Jordan. Ambrose goes to the floor and gets in Jordan's face. Jordan grabs Ambrose for a suplex, but Joe comes out, flying through the ropes with a real suicide dive. Joe hits a senton to Jordan on the floor, rolls Ambrose back in, coquina clutch, done. Ambrose blacks out. Not really all that spectacular, being that it was one of the highlighted matches on the show, but Samoa Joe gets the win. There you go. Number one contenders match, Kane versus Braun Strowman. We talked about this in the beginning. I really don't want to talk about this anymore. You know, one of three things is going to happen. A, we're going to get Braun Strowman to challenge Brock Lesnar, and that's going to be the match for Royal Rumble, which doesn't make any sense to me, which I told you why already. And you guys know why already. You're not dumb, okay? 2, Kane in the main event of the Royal Rumble against Brock Lesnar. No. And all because the Royal Rumble is the highlight of the show doesn't mean you put on a shitty Universal Championship match, okay? Or C, we're going to get both of these guys in a triple threat match with Brock Lesnar. None of which I want to see at all. I'd rather Brock Lesnar not even defend the title at the Royal Rumble. I still like my idea best with Seth Rollins. This match was a count out. Both guys got counted out. Another anticlimactic ending. They fought into the crowd. Braun Strowman speared Kane through the barricade. Referee counted both guys out. Then all of a sudden the match actually starts. I don't know why this match wasn't made into a no disqualification match to begin with. Why would you book these guys in a match and reinforce the ring? They had these guys reinforce the ring. They had the ring techs, the ring people, the ring crew reinforce the ring before the fucking match started. Why are you reinforcing the ring if all you're going to do is give me a 4-minute count out? Then the match got started. People chanting for tables. Braun Strowman takes the table out. Steel steps are brought in, right? They start chair-shotting each other. In the end of all this, Braun Strowman power slams Kane through the table that he set up. Big running power slam. Braun stands tall. And we are wondering what's going to happen at the Royal Rumble. I don't know. I'm tired of seeing these guys go one-on-one. Maybe we get another match on the 25th of December on the Christmas show in Chicago. No DQ match. And the winner of that goes on to fight Brock Lesnar. But I don't understand why these guys in WWE are now picking these two, one of these two, to go fight Brock Lesnar. This is the worst decision you could possibly make for this scenario. There's got to be something better. If that's the best you can come up with, my God, man, get the fuck out of WWE and revoke your creative positioning. Really. This is trash. Absolute garbage. So, we're either going to get Kane, Braun Strowman, or both in the main event. And it's not looking like a good Universal Championship title match at the Royal Rumble. I'm shocked that WWE has already laid out plans, and these are the two guys that you're going to put up against Brock Lesnar. I really do. Looks like the reports about Finn Balor were true. They canceled the plans for Finn Balor, the Demon, versus the Beast. Whatever. That's your Monday Night Raw review, man. This show was absolutely hot garbage. I do not recommend going back and watching it if you have not watched it. If you guys opted to watch the football game over this shit, don't go back and watch it. Don't even watch the commercial-free version on Hulu. It's not worth your time. I just saved you 3 hours of misery. You're welcome. Thank you guys so much, man. I'll be back tomorrow with more content. SmackDown Live tomorrow. I don't anticipate it being any better. For all you goons who want to come on here and tell me NXT sucks, NXT's on Wednesday, USA Network. Do yourself a favor and watch it for 1 hour. 7 p.m. Eastern on USA Network. It's still showing on the WWE Network as well. For those who are afraid that you might miss it, it is replaying on the WWE Network at its normal time at 8 p.m. Aleister Black versus Adam Cole, baby, on NXT. Plus, we got Andrade Cien Almas, and we got a bunch of other shit that is going to be much better than what we see on Monday and Tuesdays, believe me. I'm JD. Hit that thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206 and hit that subscribe button down below for more WWE content right here on the channel. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great Monday night. I'll see you right back here for SmackDown tomorrow night for the review. I'll talk to you later.